Okay, here I am again. Let's continue reading and learning about this story, The Lazy Boy and His Magic Stone. So, as what you can see here, this is the lazy boy, yeah, doing anything in his bedroom. Yeah, look at these things. Do you want to be like this? No, no way. Yeah, you should be organized and clean your room. And here is the magic stone. Yeah, do you want to have this one? Well, let's read this one and let's find out what are we going to learn in this story. It's quite long, so let's start reading. As what I've said, get your book and open it on page 42. Let's start. The Lazy Boy and His Magic Stone. Once was a boy who was very, very lazy. He did not think but eat and sleep. He slept so much in the hot weather that his pillow became wet with perspiration. This dampness seeped down into the kapuk inside the pillow and caused the seeds to start to germinate. Then a small plant grew out of the pillow. This boy, or this was the boy, got his name Nyongo, literally K-pop. Why don't you fetch some firewood for the hearth? His mother said. Nyongo was lying in the shade underneath the house, pretended not to hear her. I don't see how I could have given birth to such a son, his mother exclaimed, looking upward for sympathy from the vacant sky as she started to the well to draw some water. His sister, who was working on a long beam which actuated a pounder to separate the rice from its husk, said, I don't think I'll ever get a husband because of you. Everybody thinks a sister with such a lazy brother will be lazy someday too. He ignored his sister's comment as he watched his father and brothers out plowing the rice paddies. As time went on and he did not work, his parents and brothers and sisters began to hate him. One day, when the weather was hot, the tempers short, they chased him away from the house. Yunong went into the forest, where it was cool, and lay down in shade near a big tree. Now that he could rest with no one to harass him, he became bored. He noticed a group of termites making their mound and began observing their activities. What you're doing seems very interesting, Nyung said. Could I be of any help? The king of termites accepted his offer And Yungong dug and carried earth and helped complete what became the largest and best constructed termite mound in the entire forest. My son, the king termite said, you have been very helpful to us. Follow up me, and I will see to it that kindness is rewarded. The king termite took Nyongong to a shady brook and showed him a small round stone, black and shiny. This is a gift from all of us, the king termite said. Keep it in your mouth and blow on a dead body if you want it to come back to life. The stone must keep in a very dark place, such as the mouth, in order the sun will not come down and grab it. Nyung was very happy. He said goodbye to his friends, the termites, and went out to see what other adventure he could find. On his way, he saw a dead hen. With the magic stone in his mouth, he blew on the hen 3 times, and it worked. The hen slowly stretched and then jumped to her feet and turned her head back and forth as she looked at Nyungong with first one eye and then the other. Sir, she said, you have done me a big favor. It is not that I minded dying, as all of us must do someday, but I felt that my time had not properly come, as I still had some unfinished business. So, I'm very grateful to you, and if is ever anything can do to repay the favor, please do not hesitate to ask. Bopinyan, it is nothing, Yung said. As he continued on his journey, he saw a dead frog, a dead rat, and a dead elephant. He helped them all came back to life the same way he had done with the hen. They all offered their help whenever they were needed. Many days Nyungong came to a city. He begged for his food during the day and retired at the night to a rest hall where there was a well and sleeping quarters for all villagers who came to town. He saw many servants coming to fetch water at the well, and he became curious. He walked up to the well and greeted them. I am from a village very far away. I've been wondering, why do you need so much water? There is a function at the place, they said. Or palace, maybe. Palace. A princess, the king's daughter, has died, and the funeral will take tomorrow. Many visitors are at the palace, and for this reason, we need a lot of water. Yunong asked why the king did not think of bringing the princess back to life. He told them that in his village, people were brought back to life after they had died. The servants asked him if he could bring someone back alive too. He told them that he had done so. The servant hurried back to the palace, you said it's palace, and reported to the king. Immediately, the king ordered his people to come and visit Nyumong to the palace. As soon as he arrived in the palace, Nyumong put a white piece of cloth around the place where corpse had been laid. After he blew on the body 3 times, a princess regained consciousness. She felt as if she had awakened from a sound sleep. News of the incident spread throughout the country. The king arranged a wedding ceremony for Nyungong and the princess. He gave them a nice place to live in, and Nyungong and his wife lived happily. One day, the princess became very curious. She wanted to know what kind of supernatural power her husband had. He told her what gave him the power. She was so anxious to see the stone that she could not stop begging him to let her see it. For a moment, the husband forgot about the secret. He spat out the stone and let it drop into her palm. Immediately, the sun plunged down and swept it away. Nguyen then called in the animals and that he had brought to life. He asked them to go to the sun to ask that the stone to be returned to him. But the sun had left the stone with Nang Mikala, one of the angels. Nang Mikala always tossed the stone to trick the animals. When the chicken went up, they were all killed and became stars called chicken stars. A similar fate happened to the other animals. For that reason, some stars have the name elephant stars, pig stars, and other kinds of stars. When the frog went up, he mistook the moon for the sun. He began to attack the moon, and finally he swallowed it. That was how the eclipse of the moon happened. When Hong died, he became Ison, one of the powerful giants. Whenever Nang Mikala swung around the stone, Ison shot his arrow at it. The sound of flying arrows is what we now call thunder. Sometimes the arrows goes astray and strike something else. That is what we that is what we call the striking of the lightning. No matter the many times as Ison shoots his arrows, he will never hit his stone, for Nang Mikala has hidden it in a deep ocean. All right, so that is the story about the lazy boy and his magic stone. So you are given an assignment on page 44. So I also made a file, Google Docs. So just edit that one to answer these questions here about characters and characteristics of the characters in the story, and of course the setting. And that's all for today. and hope to see you soon. I miss you all, guys.